That's you. That's you doing that. Hey, how are you doing? I got a cat right next to me. You see that cat? That's Chushu, the K-pop cat. I know this isn't K-pop, but that's the name I've given her now because she's present on like 800 K-pop videos. Say hi. Or don't. But do move. You gotta move. Go that way. Go Youngie. Okay. By request, KZ Rolling in the Deep, and a secret. Here's a secret. Is that I've also wanted to do this song for a long time. Maybe like a year? 6 months? I've just never gotten to it. I can't explain why some things happen and some don't happen. It's just like, obviously it's choices, but I don't know. I like the song, I like KZ, so, yeah, I don't know. Also, it turns out that like I have a spiritual need to make videos. And I knew that, but now I see how bad it is. Like I got so much going on that I actually have, who even knows? I'm not even sure, 5 or 6 videos already recorded. But if I just want to release videos, I should just go edit the other videos and post them. But there is a psychological, spiritual need that I have to like stare at y'all and talk and listen to music. You know what it is probably? It's probably, I spent 20 years studying music like 6, 7, 8 hours a day and being around people who did that also 6, 7, 8 hours a day. And I miss it. Dude, school is expensive. How long are you going to go to school for? If school was free, I would enroll. I'd re-enroll and study just random shit. But school here is not free. It's very expensive. So I miss being around people that care that much about the same thing I care about. And you are here because you care about the same type of things. Anyhow, let's go. I'm going to hit play. You are going to hit subscribe. Back up, cat. So it's cool. So they're doubling her voice. Her microphone is being sent to 2 different channels, and one has auto-tune on it and the other one doesn't, which is a cool way of thickening things up. She obviously doesn't need auto-tune. She's a great singer. So they're using auto-tune as like a decorative effect on one copy of her voice. And then the other one is just her voice coming straight out. Sorry, I just got out of a very hot shower. So like, if you see me doing this and this, it's like, it turns out like I'm apparently not dry enough. Okay, by the way, the bass line he's playing is from Mission Impossible right now. That's kind of funny. Dun 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 da da dun 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 da da da. Hey. Pitching is bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your shit bare. See how I leave with It's exceptional. Now what she did, she took one headphone and she moved it forward so she can hear her voice echoing in the room. On some settings, that's called the megaphone effect. Some people call it radio, like a bad radio, and some call it like a megaphone, where they basically chop out all the low and most of the mid-range. They leave the upper mid and a little bit of the high, and then cut the high. It's almost like this weird pyramid shape on the EQ. Oh. That was a really good job of speeding up and slowing down together. Pause. Ooh. All right, you're right. It was dope. It was super dope. I had no idea that rap was coming in there, which I think was just a flurry of 16th notes. Something, I think it was that type of a flow, if I remember correctly. But on a song like this, it's really the singing. The rap is cool. The rap is unexpected. The rap is dope. But it is actually the passion of the singing that is going to carry the whole tune, and her singing was on point. One thing I thought from a production engineering standpoint that was really great is that they used a couple of different effects, which I talked about as they happened, and they only did them once, just to give a little contrast. Because it's this weird thing that is true. It's super true. It's so true it seems weird that if something is great for like 5 minutes, it's actually boring. If something's great for 30 seconds, you're like, you're like, oh yeah. 1 minute you're like, yeah, that's dope. 5 minutes you're like, okay, I'm kind of bored. So in the opening intro, we had for the most of the time we heard her singing, they routed her mic to 2 channels, and they had 2 copies of her voice. Or you could say they ran it to an effects mixer, and then that went out to 2 channels. But the key point is that we hear 2 KZs most of the time. In the beginning, we had an auto-tune KZ and a dry means no effects, a dry KZ, a clean KZ. Then we had just natural vocals, right? Then we had some reverb added because they're in the Wish bus, so there's no reverb in the bus. That's added. And then we had that megaphone / radio effect, and then we went back to vocals. So we ended up having some contrasting sections just in how the effects were applied, which is it's pretty damn smart. It's pretty damn smart. You know, a lot of times when you have someone who's really talented, like she is, the idea is get out of the way. Get out of the way of the performer. You know, just turn the microphone on and just get out of the way. But if you can come up with a cool idea that helps the performer and helps the development of the piece, and you execute well, then it's awesome. A lot of times the people, the engineers, audio engineers and stuff, they get a little fancy and they get in the way. But that's a good example of just adding enough. Think of it like cooking. You eat some bland food, like put some spice in it, put some chilies in it, green chilies, red chilies, you know, some whatever your chilies are. You like ghost pepper, right? You like habaneros, whatever it is you like. You add some salt, spices, and some peppers to it. But if you go too far and you add too many peppers, well, now no one can eat it. So it's a little delicate road of when you start adding spice, don't add too much, just like in cooking, except for here you're cooking up music. Well, there it is. Your request has been fulfilled, and my procrastination is now over on this track. My cat is looking very crazily at the screen. That's you. That's you doing that. Anyways, I'm out.